We're going to go into our news of the week. Thank you to Eagle Mortgage for making this possible. Holly Schneidman and her team at Eagle Mortgage do an outstanding job of taking care of you when you're going to get your next piece of the American dream. That's particularly relevant right now. We're right at the beginning of spring, and that is big home. Once you get to spring and into the summer, it is big home buying season. And if you're thinking about doing that, one of the most important and smartest things you can do is sit down with a mortgage broker at Eagle Mortgage and talk to them about your situation. They'll match you up with the best lending situation. Eagle Mortgage is not a bank. They're a mortgage broker. So they get to shop a variety of banks and find the one that's right for you. You can find them in person at 114th and Davenport or online at eaglemortgagecompany.com. All right, Trenton, let's get into the big news of the week, and that is, in the spirit of the name Grow Omaha, Omaha is growing. For the first time ever, the Omaha metropolitan area has more than 1 million people. And on this show, we have been waiting for this for a very long time.
21 years to be exact.
21 years we've been talking about passing 1 million people. It's finally happened. 1,001,010. That just proves that if you're going to pass 1 million, each and every one of you counts. So stay here. Don't move away and attract your friends and family, because we're going to want to keep growing. Some people say, gosh, Omaha's already too big and I don't want more people. We already have enough traffic. But I think people have to remember that a city that is not growing is literally dying. And so we have to constantly focus on growing, even if you think, oh boy, I don't know how big we want to
grow. You want to grow the right way, Jeff. And just for further clarification, that 1 million plus people is 8 counties. Is that 4 in Council Bluffs or 3 in Council Bluffs and 5?
There's no county in Council Bluffs, actually.
In Iowa,
okay.
I'm sorry.
No, 3 counties in Iowa and 5 on the Iowa side. In fact, let me break it down a little bit for you, Trenton, because your question is a nice segue. Of the 1,001,000 people in the metro area, 878,000 of them live on the Nebraska side, and 123,000 of them live on the Iowa side. Now, Douglas County, which is the heart and center of the metro area, that's where Omaha is located.
600,000.
Yeah, in fact, to be exact, 601,158. So that's the first time Douglas County has been over 600,000 people.
So we got that going for us.
Which is significant because in terms of land mass, Douglas County is the second smallest county in the state of Nebraska, but by far the most populated. Now, Sarpy County, which is a key part of the metro area, Bellevue, Papillion, La Vista, Gretna, Springfield, Sarpy County now has 204,828, so well over 200,000. Pottawatomie County, which is the home of Council Bluffs, has 93,500 people. And then there's some smaller counties, like we've said, a couple more in Iowa and a couple more in Nebraska that add up to the metro area. All right, Trenton, why is it important to have over 1 million people?
For national grants and recognition, and so we can brag about it on Grow Omaha.
And a lot of companies that are looking for site selection, particularly in the retail, entertainment, and restaurant industries, won't consider metropolitan areas that are under 1 million people. So our hope and our thinking and the likelihood is that you should start to see a higher level of some of those big brand businesses targeting the market.
And Omaha proper has how many people?
Omaha proper is just a shade under 500,000. Later this year, the Census Bureau will release estimates for city population. And my guess is the city of Omaha, if it's not over 500,000 this year, it'll be within a whisker. Very, very close. Now, also, one other thing about population before we press on. These estimates are as of July 1st of last year. There's always a lag. The Census Bureau, it's a government agency, so they're not known for moving at the speed of light. But aside from that, it's a look back, and it takes a long time to calculate the population of every state and every county and every city. So really, we're well over 1 million now because this is last July's number.
I thought it was brilliant. It sounds like the current administration, rather than hiring 600,000 or so census takers, they're going to use the post office, and they're going to use postal carriers to count the citizens. And it makes sense to me, and it probably saves A lot of money.
I did not know that. Well, we also had another big news item this week. Green Slate Development has announced that it will build a $45 million 5-story building on the site of the old WOWT television studio, 35th and Farnham Street in the Blackstone district along the future streetcar line. Now, WOWT vacated that building when they moved next door a couple years ago into the ground level of the Blackstone Plaza building. That's the 15-story building, famous for having Warren Buffett's office inside of it.
Used to be Kiewit headquarters.
This new building will have 180 apartment units, 90 indoor parking stalls, and market rate apartments. Really nice addition. They're going to have $5 million in tax increment financing if it is approved by the planning board and the city council, which it most certainly will be. But this is yet another example of a major project going on the streetcar line. We know that the streetcar line is one of the most fiscally responsible, taxpayer-friendly ways of funding a public transit project in United States history. We know that because at Gromaha we have studied several of the other projects in the other cities. And we know that within 15 years of it opening, so let's say which is really going to be like the early 2040s. By the early 2040s, we need to have like $2.5–3 billion worth of construction in that 10-block corridor either side of the streetcar in order for the financing mechanism to work. So we've got 15 years in order for that to happen.
It's way ahead of schedule.
We're already way over halfway there. So it's a no-brainer. It's a slam dunk. And it's another example of the brilliance of the way Omaha has set up the streetcar system. We're getting billions and billions of dollars of real estate development. We're getting more economic activity. We're getting an urban transit line. And we're going to get a hell of a lot of retail, entertainment, bar, and restaurant stuff in the urban core. And the real estate developers are paying for it. And the projects just keep coming and coming and coming. We know here at Gromaha, we are privy to certain things that we can't tell you about yet.
There's a project
There's
right
more
around
projects
there
coming.
that another headquarters for a local company is going to relocate right around there. Where would that be, do you think?
Well, originally I was thinking it might actually be on that site,
Yeah,
the
that's
one
what I
you're
thought.
talking about. But we're waiting to see exactly where they locate. But we are privy to a handful of projects that should be announced within the next year on that Harney-Farnham corridor. Stay tuned. Exciting stuff. All right. That is your news of the week, which is brought to you by Eagle Mortgage, Eagle Mortgage Company, eaglemortgagecompany.com to be exact. If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.